made it through another week. Also, don't reply with like, I'm going, like, if you don't.
There it is. There's my mic. That's fine. You guys didn't hear the whole rant. Anyway, I was basically telling you guys, haha. Remember the guy that I was texting earlier, or was on the dating app? Well, basically he went into, he gave a jackass response after I said I wasn't ready to have a voice call with him yet. Because I was also like, yeah, and I'm like, yeah, I'm just, you know, I'm really busy on Saturdays, so I need like a little more time to like prepare for it. Because, you know, like when they ask you that, they're like asking for like the next day, the next second. It was also Mother's Day that weekend too, which I'm like even more baffled about why he went off and responded that way. Like, bruh. Anyway, the moral of the story is, if someone says they're not ready for something, just don't be a jackass about it. Don't write three long paragraphs about, I wasn't asking you anything personal. I don't understand. The voice call is to get us, for us to get into each other to know well. And I'm like, bruh. But I was like, just to make sure I wasn't going crazy, I thought I was at D&D when it happened. And I showed it to, because I'm the only girl in the group, and I showed it to a guy who was my age, and he was like, dude, what the fuck? He said,
I feel like there's a certain level, like, if you are like,
yeah,
there's a certain level of desperation where you should not be allowed to be on dating apps.
yeah. I'm like, bro, it's not that deep. I just wasn't ready for it. Well, because it's like, I can't tell them I do voice stuff yet online and stuff like that. So, like, and I'm like, I know I'm a small streamer and I'm just being paranoid and stuff like that, but people are deranged, for first off. So I don't want to have the chance that somehow someone can track me down just from my voice alone. So that's why I'm like paranoid about a voice. It's not that I'm not like I won't do it in the future. It's just, I feel like I at least need a week before that. I will say the one guy who's asked me to go for ice cream so far has actually handled it much more nicely when I told him that I wasn't ready to go on a date with him just yet, and I wanted to have like a conversation with him first. And I asked him what is his hobbies, and he gave me like a list of it. And I'm like, I don't know if it's just, you know, my standards just the bar just keeps getting lowered. But the fact that this guy just responded with a list, like he responded in like a couple of words for each like line. He like responded like 5 times with each thing that he loves. And I'm like, I don't know. And I'm like, I feel like that's more genuine than the other guy. I felt like that was more genuine. Especially for the fact that he didn't get pissed off when I said I wasn't ready to go on a date just yet. So... And I'm like, good job! You answered my question, Gold Star! Good job. But yeah, honestly, I think I'm just super weird, guys. Since I rejected the jackass, I feel more confident.
That's a good thing. That is a good thing.
I feel more confident in that I know what I'm doing and that my vibe check isn't completely wrong. And who knows, maybe if I chat a little bit more with one sentence dude, I'll be like, oh, did you ask for ice cream right away because you're not that good at texting? I don't want to like call him out or anything like that. And I'm like, but see, I guess he kind of like, I feel like he could do all these answers in one sentence, or like one chat box, but he does it in multiple chat boxes. And he's like the same age as me. I also found out that we graduated from the same high school same year. So I'm gonna probably if I meet this guy, I'm gonna go, I fucking knew this kid. When you're in a small town though, that's kind of normal. Like, I think my graduating class only had like 200 kids in it, so... If I don't know who he is, I also wouldn't be surprised because I am extremely introverted. I did my best to keep my head down in high school since I was heavily bullied in middle school, so... But anyway, now that I've distracted you guys for 12 minutes, hi, welcome back to the channel. I'm Che Pereira, and this is Azure, and we're here to continue on our quest of Fate Stay Night. Where we last left off, Shirou kept saying that we shouldn't go into the basement. So, we did exactly the opposite of that and went into the basement.
Mm-hmm. Dude lost an argument with himself.
Yeah. Because he kept saying that he shouldn't go in, clearly that was the thing that we needed to do. So, we went in, and we discovered, hey, that's where all the orphans went from the fire. That sucks. Oh, anyway, and also before we begin, I have to, say something. I apologize. I got Kotamine's backstory wrong last thing. It wasn't that he killed his wife. His wife killed herself in front of him. And then he cried that he wasn't able to do it. So, different-ish backstory, but same end result. So I would like to say to the person in the comment section of the last stream, hi, how you doing? I love arguing with you guys. This actually makes my day, actually. And I respect your opinion. I love the Kotamine stands. I think that you guys love this guy is great. I think he's a great villain. And I think he's fine just the way he is. And however, I have to disagree with you. Just because you can explain the things that he doesn't mean that he's a deep character. I think he's supposed to do what he's supposed to do. And that's all there is to him, to be honest. And I'm like, and to raise you to say that there's no hard feelings about it, I'm going to tell you another thing. I think Gilgamesh is not a deep character. And I love that guy. Stan the man. I think he's great. Not in Fate Stay Night. I think he's great in all the other materials. Yeah.
You know when he's not a piece of shit.
Yeah. But regardless, Gilgamesh is not a deep character. He does the things that he wants to do, and that's really all there is to him. He's not complex. And I feel like some people, when they hear that something's not that deep, they take it as not well written or that it's bad. No, that's not right at all. Sometimes things can just be surface level and it can still be well written and still be like just fine. It's like, all right, do any of you guys hate Dio Brando for just being standard edgy bad man? Like, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, he made Dio Brando just to be Dio Brando. Because he was...
Yeah. My dad was an asshole. That's it.
Yep. And like the author even talked about it. He's like, yeah, I was tired of people making characters and villains just to give them like deep and meaningful backstories and to redeem them and stuff like that. He's like, nah, I just wanted to make a bad guy. And I feel like this is kind of the case with like Kotomine and stuff like that. I think Kotomine is just supposed to be a bad guy. I mean, take a look at it. He raised Rin thinking that he was going to kill her later on. It's not deep. I mean, he probably also didn't kill her right off the bat because, you know, the Mages Association would probably pick up and say, huh, what's going on over there? That's weird. He had to be...
The child of one of our, like, most famous members is dead.
Yeah.
What happened there, Guardian?
Yeah. So, like, he probably had to... He's like, the only way that he was going to get to do it is during a Grail War, so... Other reason probably why he just waited and hanged on to that. Spoilers for other routes. Anyway. Let's continue on because everybody died.
Yes, and I would love to. However, I need you to share your screen.
That is true. I do need to share the screen. I forgot about that because I was distracted setting other things up.
Everybody died.
The end! That's it! That's the end of the game!
I mean, when you think about it, that is the end. That is the end result for every story. Mm-hmm. The heat death of the universe.
Heat death of the universe. Did you know that in the Fate universe, Aoko Awazaki created the heat death of the universe and maybe also created the universe too, just to save one guy? Good job.
All of them are dead.
Yep.
I was the only one left, lost amidst the flames. Ashen corpses beneath smoldering rubble, crying out from every direction.
... Oh yay, static. I love that when it happens.
It hurts, it hurts, it hurts. I alone continued on. I needed help. I needed someone to save me. I kept on, never once looking down. Stop. The entire time, there were others calling out for help the moment they saw someone still moving. Stop.
I love it when static happens.
Help, 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 help.
Oh boy, thank you so much for the follow. Thank you, thank you. I do not know who you are, but I appreciate you being here. Hello, Homerantz. Welcome to the stream.
I knew. Of course I knew. And I pushed through anyway. I turned my back on those voices.
Not the voices.
I turned my back on the sounds of all those trying so frantically to escape.
How's it going? Well, as you can see, everybody's dead.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
No, they're
well,
dying.
That's true. They're dying. Some of them are still alive currently.
Mm-hmm. I turned my back on those pleading not to die. I turned my back on mothers begging me to take their children.
Why would you beg a child to take another child? He's like 8 right now.
I turned my back on the dying gazes of those too weak to ask for help. I kept pushing forward, alone, desperate for someone to save me.
Is this the is this the I can read words. Is this the Unlimited Blade Works route? No, we are on Fate still. And you're probably wondering how we
the best route.
We're on the best route. It's the only route we played so far.
Wait, because this is how you're supposed to play the game.
Yeah.
I couldn't stand seeing their bodies. I couldn't stand seeing people suffer and die. I was sure I couldn't save them. I was sure they died no matter what I did. So I kept pushing on. Stop.
Whee!
Give it back, give it back, give it back.
I can't give it back. I don't know what I took. I'm a kleptomaniac. I just take things. I'm gonna be honest. I don't even remember what it was that I took.
Or maybe they want you to put your back into it.
Oh, it's you.
Give 110%. They're just trying to be, encouraging.
Yeah.
That's why I never stopped. I thought I had to live, even if just for another second.
You've been reading Shell Trilogy? I don't know what that one is.
Is that the Ghost in the Shell? I don't know.
I don't know.
I've never watched it.
I can't. Murder mystery. Oh, a murder mystery. That sounds interesting. I don't know what to say. I'm sorry. I am sorry, Homerance, if I am failing all chat expectation. While I am a visual novel connoisseur, and I plan to play more visual novels in the future, I've actually almost finished up Witch of the Holy Night, which has been recordings on my main channel, which, it's all good. Yeah, I've almost finished up Witch of the Holy Night, and I've learned so much about stuff, and I take it you are a Fate nerd. Oh, a Fate nerd doesn't even count it. Maybe a Fate archivist would probably be more a thing, because now I can go to Gigux video on Fate even more and call out about how wrong he is on his extra long video about Fate, because he said like only one person could go to the route. Haha, I learned that's wrong. Apparently 7 people previously have gone to the route. Yeah, that video is stupid. So
good, you're preaching to the choir.
Yeah, welcome to my TED Talk about how Gigux Fate long story video is stupid. He should have just kept to the short version, because his medium long version is grossly incorrect on a lot of stuff.
Still love the guy, though.
I love the guy. I think he's funny. I think he's great. I just think a lore expert he is not. I feel like he hasn't actually read any of the visual novels, gonna be real. because and also not just that, I just think he hasn't looked into any of the extended universe stuff beyond Fate. Because surprisingly, Fate doesn't cover a lot of all of the magical bullshit that goes on in a thing. The magical bullshit is covered in the other freaking stuff. It's covered in like all the things that aren't Fate about how the magic system and stuff like that works. And I was like, and I'm like, no, only, because when he said like only one person gets true magic, and I'm like, that's not true. And I'm like, I know Aoko Awazaki has access to true magic, so that can't be right. And lo and behold, I have not read Tsukihime yet. I have just figured out.
It is on the list.
It is on the list. I have learned that the original version is available in Windows somewhere on the internet. I may go to that. Ah! I don't know if we're gonna stream it just yet. Probably. I have it if you need it. What, the URL to the site, but the translation is kind of cooked. It's fine.
That's fine, because so is the translation for the official Fate Stay Night.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, this translation is really cooked. We've been going through it, and I've been trying not to bang my head about all the grammatical errors, and the fact that these people don't know how to use parentheses. Homerance, you don't understand. It's the easiest thing.
Quotation marks.
Quotation mark. Parentheses, they don't know how to use punctuation. It makes my head hurt.
Makes it hurt so bad that she said parentheses instead of quotation marks.
Same. Neko, please! Please don't! My friend is retranslating it as of this moment, actually. LOL. And I thank your friend for all of the the stuff they will be going through, including the sex scenes. God help us, that man cannot write a sex scene to save his life. He is, however, good at writing softcore porn, as I've learned from the previous thing that we just went through. Man is great at writing holding hands.
With the exception of the one scene in the forest shed.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, back to the death and murder.
Yeah.
If people died without being able to do anything, so long as I could make it, I thought I had to live.
You did, and you did, Shirou. You're such a good boy.
Mm-hmm. But what I didn't realize was the guilt that would come with it. Stop! But I was destroyed in the process. I held back tears and pushed on. I sought escape. And each step was harder than the last as I ignored every plea for help. It would have been easier. It would have been easier to go on if I'd asked for forgiveness. So I never did. Maybe it was the only way I could own up to the truth. That I was actually helpless to do anything. Stop.
Yay, more static.
It hurts. It hurts. It hurts. Just as I wished, I alone was saved. The only other children at the hospital were those who had been in the areas near the fire. I didn't need to know, but the man in the white coat told me anyway. In the depths of those flames, I alone survived. Please, stop. I bore witness to so much death and pain. I bore witness to endless sorrow. So many died that they had to hold mass funerals. I bore witness to so much grief, to so many different sentiments for the dead. I thought, just end it already. Hey. I thought I had to remember all of it.
I've had to remember it so well that I suppressed most of it.
I had to. So many wanted help, and not one of them got their wish. And since my wish was granted, it followed that I should take on the weight of their deaths. No. I had to. I couldn't go on if I didn't. No more. Return.
Return the slab or suffer my curse.
What's your offer? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just imagining someone from the Mages Association or the church, just in the courtyard of the church in Fuyuki, saying it's like, return the Grail, and Kyurei's like, what's your offer? That's why I desperately tried to follow in Karitsugu's footsteps. For those I couldn't save, for all I couldn't do, I looked to a hero who could be a savior. Everything I once was fell away when I ignored those cries for help. I kept moving forward, void of all reason. No more. Please. And so, Those I could not save passed on one last lesson. Go on. I was lost in all of that. All I thought about was going forward on behalf of the dead. I took all the memories I had before that and locked them away, never to think of them again.
Repress it! Repress it so hard! You repressed the wrong memories.
Shirou's body is not made of sword, it's made of repression. Kindness of neighbors. Being with my parents. I sealed all of that up so I'd never have to think about it again.
Shirou doesn't even remember who his parents are. Gonna be real. He doesn't even remember his
They're
last
not
name.
important.
That's fine.
As if I were already dead.
Well, at least it makes you feel better, Shirou. In
Open
all of
it
the
up.
timelines, you're destined to be an orphan. So, there's that.
That doesn't help. Don't open it up. I was no longer in pain. Kuritsugo Emiya adopted me, and I was finally happy. And that's why. So, you never thought just how wrong it was. I'm telling you, don't open it!
Ooh.
I think it's his left brain and his right brain arguing with each other.
Well, I mean, unfortunately, Shirou only has one brain cell, so that can't be the case.
Fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah! Agony and pain! Pure agony rips through my chest and drags me back to reality! The nausea simply doesn't end.
Oop.
My arms and legs are numb, my head burns! I can't breathe.
That's okay, Shirou. That's just the hangover.
Return. Their voices continue echoing in my head. I vomit blood.
Oh, well, that can't be good.
Was that because I'm on the brink of death? Or because my psyche can't endure the voice any longer? No. Pretty sure the only time you vomit blood is when you're, like, internally bleeding. Emotional trauma can be bad, but I don't think it can cause internal bleeding. My chest hurts. My heart hurts.
I mean, you got stabbed slightly close to the heart, so...
Hurts so much.
Shirou, do you not remember what happened before you got... Do you not remember being stabbed, Shirou?
I repressed that too. I can't contain it. The wound deep inside me is the source of the pain.
No!
It will continue to hurt as long as I have those memories. It will swell up and never heal.
Shirou, that's not what that is! That's not the wound that's deep inside you! The wound deep inside you is the literal hole in your chest!
Yes! The hole caused by that day!
God damn it! Shirou, we need to go home and make dinner. This is clearly what the problem is.
I'm seeing things. For a moment, I think I see her, but no, she shouldn't be here. Bite down on the pain. Begging for death is no longer an option. Even if she's just some dying dream, I can't let her see me like this. She has to think I'm okay.
Sure, it's too late for that.
Your wound is deep. It will continue to torment you so long as it remains. Do not end your life still bearing it.
I can make out the priest's voice. It doesn't sound like him. It's too warm, too compassionate.
You said you do not need the Holy Grail. Was that true? If you could undo what happened 10 years ago, would you not seek that power? With it, you can save all that was lost on that day. Eliminate that calamity. No longer be bound to Koritsuko Emiya. Be what you were originally meant to be. I don't know, maybe like a grocery store clerk? Do you not want that? Is that not your salvation?
Undo what happened 10 years ago? Remake the person I am now, who survived at the cost of everyone else that day? No, even beyond that, if I could make everything as if it never happened, and no one would be hurt, why would I shake my head. Fevered as I am, and completely unable to think, I still reject the idea and the images it raises. I curse this very weakness, because they're... It hurts, it hurts, it hurts. The voices echo in my head. My fingers desperately claw at the wet floor.
Wet floor that's wet with your blood.
Help me! Every single one of them cries out that they want to go back.
Yes, the voices in my head told me to do it. What? Anyway.
And I wanted that too, even if my life was nowhere near as horrific as theirs. After Koritsugu adopted me, I still returned to that empty field many times. I still returned, though there was nothing there. I opened a front door that no longer exists. I walked halls that had burned to ash years before, and I smiled at my departed mother. I wanted to go back to before it all disappeared, and wait for dawn to come and wake me from this nightmare. No such miracle happened. Instead, I was left with this painful reality. But if I could live in a world where that never happened, where nobody was hurt, surely I...
Now answer. If you so wish, I will grant you the grail.
Shut up, Curie.
The priest with the miraculous chalice makes his offer. Return, return, return. These voices will go away if I wish for it. Orphan children. If fate had taken even a slightly different turn, I would be here with them. I shouldn't even need to think about it. I shouldn't need to, so why? No, I can't wish for that. I face the corpses. As I refuse, I grit my teeth. My response is to deny them. Whatever the Holy Grail is, I'm not going to wish the dead return or to change the past. You can't change the past. The dead won't come back. What's done is done. I can't wish for that.
People die when they are killed.
Tears sting my cheeks. I scream to the world that a miracle is impossible, and every time my own conclusion makes me cry. Why is the miracle of wanting ordinary happiness too much to ask for?
I went through shit. Why can't I just hang out with my cute blonde waifu Saber?
But the Holy Grail would make it possible. Everything will be as you make it.
So he claims. But I can't agree. My BS detector is going ding!
Ding!
Even if I could change the past, I shouldn't. I can't. Even if I do, everything will become a lie.
Yeah, you shouldn't change the past because then you might cause the heat death of the universe. Just saying.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, anyway.
Every tear. All that agony. The memory of what was. Even that cold reality, wretched as it is in my heart. Everyone who died screaming in agony. Everyone who risked their lives to help another. Everyone who mourned the fallen. If I were to just make it as though none of that happened, where would all of that go? What would I be doing to them? The dead wouldn't return. Reality can't be overturned. To continue onward bearing the weight of all that pain Isn't that the very mark that proves something was there once? Everyone dies eventually, and sorrow fills the void they leave behind.
Did you guys want existentialism in tonight's stream? Because that's what you're getting.
That's what we're getting. Fate Existential Night.
Mm-hmm.
But pain isn't the only thing left behind. It's the suffering that makes the goodness shine all the brighter. Those deaths, they shaped me. My memories of Karitsugu protect me. And those memories form the path that eventually intertwines with others. Even though all of that will eventually be forgotten. This path isn't wrong.
I see. Then.
I don't need the Holy Grail. I can't stray from this path for all those who were left behind who laid it. I speak firmly, even in from the depths of this torment. Willing myself to hold on to this conscious thought, I force myself to remain upright. And it's then that I realize I can't hear the voices. They're not echoing in my head anymore.
That's because they were just you, Shirou. You were just having, like, a mental break.
I wonder what they thought of my answer.
They can't. They're dead. Pretty dead. Like, practically dead. They are not capable of conscious thought anymore.
There are no neurons firing in
Yeah.
their heads anymore, if they still have heads.
Yeah, they are just bodies left on life support, Shirou. I mean, I guess technically when you think about it, maybe the opposite of life.
Death support?
Death support? Yeah, I
Purgatory support?
Mm.
Though, whatever they may have thought, I think it's sad that they seem to accept it without any resentment. That is the answer her master arrived at. Her anger dissolves. All she can do is stare at her master, her words dying on her lips.
This path. Oh, is that you? I mean, maybe you.
I have no idea.
Oh, I'll say it anyway, since I haven't spoken.
I think it's Shirou because there's a contraction in it.
Alright.
Everything about me, I don't believe it's wrong. Despite his maimed body, as he struggles even to breathe, as he sheds the tears of one so horribly grieved, I can't stray from this path, for all of those who are left behind who laid it. Apologizing to those he must climb over, but unwavering in his chosen path.
I almost feel tempted to narrate this in a British voice. However, it's not me who is narrating.
Her vision wavers. Her breath quivers. She knows his history. Just as he saw visions of her past, so she saw his. She was certain he would agree. No, she thought he had to. She'd meant to say it's not your fault, but the words died on her lips. If only he could hear it. She wanted to tell him he should not have to carry that weight.
Oh no, that's me calling the pot black. That's where that is. I get this now. Oh, I'm starting to see things now.
But he denies even that. No matter how tragic the past, one cannot undo it.
Or, you know, you might cause fate grand order, so.
Yeah. And I mean, like, that's unforgivable. Her legs nearly give out beneath her. His words are a greater weight than even she can bear. To swear an oath and single-mindedly devote everything to carrying it out. She believed they were similar. How conceited. That was her great mistake. They were nothing alike. His resolve was so strong. And she, who could not even believe his words, was weak.
You would choose your own selfish wish over salvation.
The priest releases the boy. He steps over the youth with a sneer as if he's lost interest.
Then what say you, Saber? This boy says he does not need the Holy Grail. I'm quite certain you disagree. Your goal must be to use the Grail to save the world in some capacity. A heroic spirit such as yourself is surely not so self-centered as that child.
She feels her sense of reason is being imperiled. The priest says he will give her the Grail. He will give her what she desires, her wish granted.
But...
She has no reason to refuse. That is the miracle she's been fighting for. It is the very reason she became a servant. What Shirou said has no bearing on her own concerns. Yeah, you can keep stringing it along, but it does matter. To obtain the Holy Grail, she, Saber, the hero of the sword,
I propose an exchange. Saber, kill your master. With your own hands, you will have taken hold of your desire. I will give you the Holy Grail if you do this.
The bitch used to say. I decided I would do anything for it. What?
His words blindside her. She doesn't even know what to think. The priest's words, while easy to understand, are an anathema to everything she believes in and stands for.
I'm having a British conundrum. I am Britishly in a loop right now. I don't know what to do.
I believe this is what the modern-day Brits call taking the circle line.
Why hesitate? You could kill him before he even realized what happened. He is clearly beyond saving. Would killing him now not be a mercy?
The priest steps aside. Before her stands a door leading to the crypt and to her master. She steps into the damp room past the priest. She can't help herself. It's as if she stepped into the depths of hell. He was made to suffer in this place to witness his own darkness, but he refused the salvation he was offered. She grips her sword. He lays at her feet, breathing raggedly. It would be the end of a long, long journey. The Holy Grail she desires in exchange for her life. All she must do is swing her sword but one final time. The master and servant are united only until they obtain the Grail. She could end it right here.
What is the problem? Why do you hesitate? The Grail itself is at stake. It seems a reasonable offer to me.
The priest's words ring true. For her to hesitate now would be the height of hypocrisy. Even still.
This path isn't wrong.
His words refuse to leave her mind.
I believe you.
Though it disgusts her, she knows she's nothing like Shirou. She wants to upend everything. That day, so long ago, there must have been someone who would have drawn the sword from the stone and been a better king. There must have been someone who could have built a true utopia.
Utopia doesn't exist, Saber. It's a lie. It's a lie we tell ourselves.
The heart that loved her nation so dearly. And the young woman's doubt before she took the sword. On that day, she tried to fully and forever abandon her heart the day she drew the sword. How did she not realize this before?
We can't stray from this path for all those who left behind who laid it.
To her, that is the girl who loved her country. A girl named Artoria before she was crowned. That was not a kingly heart. A king could only believe in themselves. To deny that would be to deny everything she gave up. What is lost cannot be returned. Her master insisted on this even as he suffered. His pained expression alone makes her heart ache. What was it she had said? She could not start over? It was her duty as the king, so she refused over and over? What duty? To resurrect her lost nation? To select a more capable king? Or is it to wish for all the death and destruction to have never happened to begin with?
No, that isn't right.
That was a mistake. She was raised to be a king. That is how she lived. In that, there was no flaw. But if that led to ruination, why could she not accept it? She had no regrets. If she could take pride in the way she lived her life, wishing for another chance was a pointless waste.
I see it now, Shirou.
And so his anguished cries finally reached her heart. All the tears, all the pain, even her broken heart. Salvation could come from destroying all of it. But
if it was undone, what would have happened to everything swept aside in the undoing? I have stolen much from many, even the very lives. All that pain and regret is mine to bear. It belongs to me. If I were to wish for a chance at something, it should be for a miracle in the here and the now, not to upend the past. Each of the countless paths not taken before cannot be taken by sacrificing this one. Instead, I should forge ahead and work to fulfill what hopes have yet to come true even to this day.
if she is nationless and uncrowned now, perhaps her wish should be for herself.
No.
She could not make a wish like that either. She chose to take up the crown. She never suffered for that decision, not once. Even if no one ever understood or accepted her. That choice itself was her pride and joy. At the very least, she truly believed that when she drew the sword from the stone. That is her answer. Just as he found something to stand by, so too has she.
Yes.
She pledged once so long ago. Something she swore to herself. She would fight. Even if she loses everything, even if everyone in the world hates her.
I was so foolish.
An oath from a king, a promise to fight against all odds. And so the king protected her country. But the country did not protect the king. And so it was. The ending may have been tragic, but if she was no longer ashamed of the path that led there,
I should never have pursued that wish.
she fulfilled her duty as king. It led to ruin, but she saw everything through to the end. There need be nothing else.
Of course. I did not want everything. The only end that I ever wanted from the very start. I did it to the very end, even if it meant losing so much along the way. I will keep this unobtainable dream deep within my heart. And now it may end. I do desire the Holy Grail, but I cannot kill Shirou.
She turns her sword on her enemy. What?
Do you not understand, fool? Shirou is more important to me. And that is why my role is set. I will be his sword. I will shield him from danger.
All hesitation leaves her.
Oh, Saber. Shielder is a different class.
You are saying you do not want the Grail?
If the Holy Grail will stain me, I do not want it. I already have everything I want.
Yes, she has everything she needs with her now. Her pride as a knight, her promise as a king, even the precious dream that one young girl once held. She also has her sword and her sheath. Those words I do hear. The girl who professed that her only goal was claiming the Holy Grail now says she has no need of such a thing. Saber. I call out to her as loudly as I can between ragged breaths. My vision still hasn't cleared, but I can still make out her presence. The pain is fading. The wound which wouldn't close begins to heal. Is it because she's close?
Can you stand, Shirou? If you can, please take my hand.
Yeah, I can do that. I take her hand. Whoa. My vision returns. My head, so fuzzy from blood loss, rapidly regains focus. Saber, is this your...
Yes, it can negate even the curse of Gayborg. Stay close to me, and you will heal completely. We must press on, though.
Saber turns her gaze back to the underground sanctuary.
Haha! Welcome to Fate Shenanigans, where quick regenerative healing can overpower even the curse of instant death.
Mm-hmm. It's like if you have enough willpower, you can overpower instant death.
Mm-hmm.
Beyond the door, the last master, Kirei Kotomine, stands at the threshold to the room. Beyond him is Lancer.
And Gilgamesh. Probably Gilgamesh, too.
He's probably in the building somewhere.
Yeah, he's probably somewhere around.
I see.
He looks at us strangely, as if seeing us for the first time.
How dull.
The disappointment in his voice is palpable.
And then he's like, maybe in another row.
It appears the Holy Grail is mine, then. But that will be rather violent. If my wish is to be granted, it will require a completed Grail. Regretfully, I must kill you here, Shirou Emiya.
I try my best to brace myself, but my body still won't listen. Even with Saber's hand in mine, it's all I can do to just stand. I can't possibly fight, so will only be a burden to Saber.
Don't worry, Shirou, I'm wearing gloves. Oh, I mean, yes, battle at hand. Oh, never mind. Do not concern yourself with this. I will handle it. Handle it. Please, just stay here.
Such confidence. What say you, Lancer? Do you think it would be wise for us to flee?
Lancer is silent. Of course, Kotomine doesn't actually sound at all worried. He's just making a show of it.
Kotomine, before I cut you down, I will ask, what exactly do you hope to gain? What is your wish, Overseer?
In a word, entertainment, but I am in no rush. To be honest, I have little interest in the Grail itself, but that is fine. If none prove worthy, I will take it for the sake of the world itself.
You must think me a fool. You slay a master to become one yourself, but you claim innocent. You intend to bestow the Holy Grail from the start.
You jest, but it is the truth. I came to this situation by happenstance. Lancer's master had to die. Outsiders are trouble. I would not want them to discover the Grail's nature, so I was forced to retire that master early. Still, it would not have been wise to eliminate the servant at that stage.
I can't let the clock tower catching on now.
Yeah, if they find out what's in the cup, they might get a little uppity about it.
I needed a pawn to hasten the war's conclusion, so I borrowed that master's rights to Lancer.
The hell? Kotamine became a master by killing Lancers?
Yeah,
Oh,
he killed my booty call.
Shirou wasn't present when they had that revelation.
She killed my booty call, damn it. Now what am I supposed to do? I can't top this. Well, I could, but I'm not really into it. I see. Then I need no further information from you. I would, however, have you fulfill your duty, Overseer. Where is the vessel? Where is the heart of this war? This war?
What? Did you not realize you had it to begin with?
I love that. It's just like, are you fucking kidding me? She actually gasps.
I am so
I am shooketh.
I do
am
not
what the
know
kids
how
call
to handle
shooketh.
this. Lanson.
I'm what the kids call shooketh.
The brief moment of surprise passes quickly. With a smirk, he snaps his fingers to introduce the final piece of the puzzle.
What?
Both Saber and Lance are tense. Heavy footsteps echo from above.
Oh boy.
Oh no. We left Rin and Ilya unguarded.
Ah, damn it.
I suppose it's hardly necessary any longer, but let me introduce you. This is the servant Archer. He is the heroic spirit I partnered with in the previous Holy Grail War.
That is technically true.
Technically true.
The golden figure makes his appearance. Gilgamesh, king of heroes. The atmosphere shifts. After making his sudden appearance, Gilgamesh crosses the sanctuary grounds to stand beside Kotamine. So, what are your plans now, Kotamine? Are we settling the score with these worms here? This is rather an underwhelming venue.
Please, do not say that. This did not conform to my expectations either. Forgive me. Allow me to address all of your complaints later.
I feel like this is the first time I've been surrounded by all male characters, and Shazzer has to voice everybody while I voice all the... while I voice one character who's not talking.
Alright. As long as you understand. But do something about this primitive, would you? If he continues to fix his ugly little gaze on me, I may be forced to kill him. The hell is this, Kotamine? That guy's your servant?
Ah, yes, I have not explained everything to you. He is my servant from the previous war. We had a mutual understanding at its conclusion.
Oh, first you killed my booty call, and now you're two-timing me with another servant.
Oh, you were voicing as Lancer before. I was like, why does Saber want a booty call from Bazette?
Killed his booty call, and now you're two-timing with a servant. I don't know how to handle this.
Mm-hmm. Son of a bitch, I'm a Lancer class. I will kick his butt.
Mm-hmm.
As he felt following me was acceptable, I prepared suitable sustenance for him to remain. We have been content to continue our cooperation.
Unfaithful, to be honest. Yeah, Kotamine is so unfaithful. God damn. I can't believe he has two servants. Who does such a thing?
This is the most evil thing anyone could do.
So terrible. There's nobody else in the entire series who would possibly have more than one servant.
I could excuse the orphan side, but I draw the line at two-timing.
At least he never cheated on his wife. Well, I mean...
I don't know, I've seen a lot of doujin of him and Gilgamesh.
I mean, I guess technically he met Gilgamesh after she died. Oh.
Yeah.
I'm still half convinced that Karen was an artificial insemination baby. There's no way that he had sex with a woman. No fucking way. But apparently he supposedly did. He did it at least once. Kotomine fucked once. That's all. That's all I think.
That's right. This guy has fucked one more time than all of your chat.
Chat, are you gonna take that?
They can't prove it. So that's why you keep that disgusting room. And why didn't you tell me about this?
What would have been the point?
Did you want to partner with him for your tasks? Hell no. I'd rather die than work with him. Oh, poor choice of words, Lancer. And now there are 3 of them. Lancer by the stairs, Gilgamesh in the center of the sanctuary. We can't beat them all. Gilgamesh is too much for us on his own, but we can't escape with Lancer around either. Kotomine, you said you didn't know about him.
Oh, I lied.
Yeah, I lied.
Please, I am a priest. I do not lie.
You are lying! You said you couldn't ignore a servant from the previous war.
Correct. I was, in fact, surprised at the time as well. I had intended for Archer to remain here, but he still went out to do battle with you.
I told the bitch to stay where I could find him, but no. He said, I do what I want, Kotomine.
He promised me he would only go, he promised me it was just a quick trip to the wine store and then right back.
Mm-hmm.
Should you have been the one to investigate Archer, you would have discovered all of it. As such, I was forced to make plans. So you see, I did not lie.
Why is his hand so big? Yowie hand. Also, it's because Takuichi's not good at anatomy yet. And now. Maybe now. Maybe he's still not that good at anatomy. But he did get better. He is better at drawing now than he was when this happened, so.
God damn it! I blundered right into the enemy's stronghold because I trusted his word!
Shirou is dum 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 dum.
Dum 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 dum. Shirou, Emiya's dumb.
Then you are Archer's master. That's strange. I feel like that's kind of weird. I feel like I remember differently. I feel like this is incorrect for some reason.
For some reason, I felt like he was more posh.
Mm-hmm.
Correct. It feels like a renewal of the war from 10 years ago, yes? Oh, I'm in the mood to murder a Tosaka right now. Where's Rin? I was obviously unable to witness the final moments after Kiritsugu defeated me. This shall be the second and final time I face you.
Answer me. How and why does Archer remain? What caused the fire? And how are you alive after Kiritsugu defeated you?
It's like, I've seen what he did to the other masters. You would not be alive.
I know he pops up. He does pop, and it goes right through their chests, and they die. I saw it happen. I've seen it with my own eyes. You should not be alive.
And if he doesn't do it, he has his mistress do it. But that's okay because I'm fucking his wife. These questions must have been weighing on her for a while now. She must also want clarity about what she left behind 10 years ago and the disaster that followed.
There should be no question. 10 years ago, the Grail was incomplete, yet filled with power. It was within reach. So I touched it.
You.
You and Kiritsugu proved too strong, and I wished for a diversion to separate the both of you. What ensued shocked even me.
That's not true.
This was retconned. Now this
was majorly retcon.
It was totally retconned. This was a retcon.
Yes. By which I mean your master command sealed you to Excalibur the Grail.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I meant by when I say I touched it.
Mm-hmm.
Wait. That means...
You caused the fire with the Grail?
Perhaps. Had I been someone else, that Grail may still have done the same, or at least something similar. That is in its nature. It is called the Omnipotent Chalice, but only blood, darkness, and curses fill it. Did you not witness that as well? What emerged when you destroyed the vessel bathed Archer in darkness. Perhaps he would not have become lost in this world had you... Perhaps he would not have become lost in this world had you not destroyed the Grail.
So you touched it and then I destroyed the Grail? Okay, hang on a second. Perhaps this has been majorly retconned in other things, but I do not think you had the chance to touch the Grail in other continuity, sir.
I mean, maybe he means that he touched Irisfield? He definitely touched her.
That's true, he did touch
Specifically
Irisfield.
her neck.
Yeah, he touched her a lot.
You know, when you think of it that way, it does still match up continuity-wise.
I guess so. Unlike a couple of other things where Natsu was able to unwrite about himself out of loopholes, I think this one's a retcon. This one's definitely a retcon.
It 100% is a retcon, but it's
Yeah.
still fun to, like, try and make it fit.
Yeah.
That's the fun of retcons.
Yep.
You don't survive being a Star Wars fan unless you do this.
Mm-hmm. It's your drivel. The Holy Grail is a wish-granting vessel. It grants the wishes of the one to possess it. So you must have wished for the fire.
I only wish for what resulted. I had no such designs on the process by which it happened. I merely desired that everyone be gone from that place. You, on the other hand, seem to be lacking in imagination. Grant wishes, certainly. But how will a wish be granted? Did you expect the world to change instantly? I do not know what the original Holy Grail might have been, but this one is merely concentrated power. It is incapable of calculations or corrections. It is simply a power source.
Which is why you can use it to level your servants in Grand Order.
Think of it like a weapon. If the one who possesses it wishes for riches, it will kill all around them, thus granting its possessor their wishes. Their riches. Their wish.
Yeah.
Wishes for riches.
And when I hang out in Fate Grand Order, I'm gonna get some cool shades and we're gonna watch a... I don't know what to call it, a ninja warrior course? Oh, it was weird.
Those events are borderline canon.
Do you understand? It is a defective vessel that can only grant wishes through destruction.
What? That's not what was promised! The Grail is supposed to grant any wish to the one who possesses it.
Yeah, well now it's Angramanu sippy cups, so what do you expect?
And so it does. The Grail's methodology, though, is brutally practical, I dare say.
It's just a nuke. I'm gonna be honest with you.
You want to restore Britain? Fine. It'll just wipe out every other country on the planet. Sometimes for one to live, another must die. Such equivalent exchange can be found all over the world. A miracle would require a means by which to make itself possible. A wish does not come true if one is concerned about things like equity. To enact such a paradigm shift would require the sacking of that which is lesser. An alteration via the most efficient method.
I can only imagine what Saber must feel.
All I'm thinking right now is, fuck, I'm going to have to go to the moon in the future, aren't I?
Also, fuck, did I just, like, dodge a major bullet?
Damn, no. That was not what I was expecting. The Grail is a farce. Hopefully I can get out of this contract. I mean, I know I'm going to end up being a servant regardless, but because I have a feeling that this series is not ending here, so...
Shirou, we need to renew your passport. We're moving to America, and I'm going to become an astronaut. I must get to the moon.
Well, why do you need to get to the moon? Because there's a computer on the moon, Shirou. The computer on the moon And that one grants wishes by time sliding. I feel like that one may be a good chance.
My red counterpart told me about it.
Mhm.
If what Kotomine says is true, this is not the grail she wanted. It's merely power to fuel the possessor's wish. It grants its owner a wish at the cost of everything else. So that is the true face of this supposedly omnipotent power.
Then the Grail.
It is a tainted vessel that destroys all but its bearer. You will understand once you lay eyes upon it. It is truly a curse given form.
Yes, and you will also see it in an event in space. According to that image that we saw for the Honkai Star Rail crossover.
I don't even want to know how this is going to affect the Fate lore.
Saber's
And
like,
that is a delight to my ears.
yeah. Saber's like, all I know is I get one of those fancy thigh belts like everybody else does, and that's really interesting. I will call it a thighlet.
To touch the Holy Grail is a dream for a man of the cloth such as myself. But this grail would kill everything and everyone. To hold such power in my hands would be a dream come true.
You're not a man of the cloth. You're a devil
The
in
priest
disguise.
laughs.
Oh, please, do you only just now realize that I don't have the white collar thing?
This time it's not for show. He laughs in pure delight. It makes me realize this is a man entirely without humanity.
No! What was
How
your
deep?
first guess? Yeah, so deep. See how deep Kotomine is? If I stared at him, I bet it would hit my ankles.
More than anyone else, he absolutely cannot get the Grail.
Farewell then. See to this garbage. Lancer, kill the boy. Archer, defeat Saber.
The priest turns on his heel and ascends the stairs. All that remains are me, who can barely move from my injuries, Kotomine's 2 servants, and Saber, standing ready to guard me, glaring at our enemies. A tense moment passes. We need to beat Gilgamesh and Lancer if we're going to have any hope of getting back to the surface. But I don't care about defeating them. If we could regroup somehow, maybe, but...
Shirou.
Saber's voice is quiet, but her eyes never leave the enemy.
I know I'm asking much of you, but stay by my side at all costs.
She grips my hand firmly in her own.
Don't worry, Shirou, I'm wearing gloves. Oh, right.
Why do you keep clarifying that?
No glove, no love?
Not what that means. Believe it or not, that is not what that means. I can tell she's ready to go at any moment. Alright, I'll do my best to follow you, so don't worry about me.
Look, what it means is I'm wearing protection. It's fine, Shirou.
Technically true. I nod back. I can barely walk. We both understand just how bad this is. But Saber is telling me she will do everything she can to get me through this. What can I do but agree?
Full
I have
confidence
full
in you.
confidence in you.
I don't know who it is anymore. I don't know who's talking. It's
Well,
me.
we both said it, so... Oh,
It was me! I'm the victor! I was correct this time! Take that, voices in my head.
wait, am I the voices in your head?
What?
Cherry, you need to let me go.
I can't, Azure. You're my best friend.
It wasn't your fault.
I know it wasn't my fault. It was the war. When Naruto ended The war was just so grand. Everybody was pissed off that Boruto happened, and I know it took you, but I can't let it go, actually.
I don't even have a stake in Naruto. I was just a casual. I was just like I was a civilian casualty. Her voice is quiet but firm.
No!
At that moment, she lets go of my hand to charge ahead. Both shadows react to her in an instant. Whoa. Saber and I are struck dumb. What just happened? Lancer jerks his spear off course away from me and straight for Gilgamesh, who bats the attack aside with a longsword as if he'd expected it. Missed. My bad. Your accuracy certainly leaves something to be desired. Both men withdraw, unhurried and unconcerned. Let me remind you. The mongrel's yours. Saber is mine to deal with right. My bad, but I don't really care anymore. And he didn't give the order with a command spell, so he can choke for all I care. As he says this, Lancer turns to face Gilgamesh, almost as if protecting us.
What? Lancer, you...
If you're gonna say something stupid, save your breath. This isn't me helping you. I'm just sticking to my own code.
I'm so sorry. My ability to attract Lancers has gotten ahead of me. I'm sorry. I don't feel that way.
Just the last time I had a thing for a Lancer, it didn't end well. Lancer levels his spear at Gilgamesh. His intent is clear. He actually does mean to let us go. Honestly, I've had it up to here with him anyway. I'm not doing what he says anymore. I'm cutting Kotomine off right here. Oh? You're breaking your contract with him. So you're willing to be eliminated here and now, the Grail. I'm nothing like you. I couldn't give less of a shit about having a second life or whatever. No hero worth a damn would care that much for such a thing. We've got no attachments to this world. Heroes only really care about the promises left unfulfilled.
Meanwhile, Astolfo... I can't believe they just let Astolfo just wander around and do whatever he wanted to after the end of a power up. Oh well.
Not that I expect a greedy jerkass like you to understand that. Is that so? Who has experienced such a radiant end must speak thusly. And I suppose this betrayal is owed to a hero's pride as well. You certainly chose a difficult code to live up to, Lancer. The air behind Gilgamesh warps.
Wait, what is that? Are you... Gilgamesh, are you saying that Cuchulainn had a radiant end? Did you not read it? There was nothing good about that.
Maybe he's talking about himself?
I guess so. I don't know.
Weapons appear out of nowhere in the space behind him.
Lancer. He possesses the originals of Never Phantasms. He is the king of heroes, the man whose story is the oldest ever recorded. Even you cannot defeat him.
Damn. A guy who'd destroy his own country to do whatever the hell he wanted? No wonder he's so full of it.
Lancer, this is no time for bravado.
Oh, shut it. You ain't the boss of me. Me defending you here isn't the same as me siding with you.
I didn't vote for you.
I didn't vote for some lady with a sword in the leg. Man, this is why I can't stand you chivalrous types. In his own way, Lancer's urging Saber to run.
Says the man being chivalrous while trying to get us to let go away.
We gotta try and extend this visual novel out for like another 3 hours. Saber hangs her head for a moment.
Then farewell. I will return the favor if I can. In another route, perhaps. I'm going to be honest, I don't think we're going to be able to do that. I don't think that's happening.
Taking my hand, she makes for the stairs. Oh, Dawn. Seems I let them go. Gilgamesh just watches us, making no move to follow. Wasn't Saber yours? Frankly, the command I was given did not suit me. Had you not done as you have here, I might have done so in your stead.
What the fuck?
We make it up the stairs. Saber must still be worried about how I'm doing, as we don't move very fast.
Don't worry, Shirou. I will princess carry you if it comes down to it.
The pain, on the other hand, doesn't much care how slowly we're moving, as it doesn't dull in the slightest. The rising tension and sense of impending violence grows. What's that? You wanted to let Saber go. Of course. I had no intention of killing her. She's mine. However, I suppose I can't wait about idly if I want the grail. I need but one more servant to die for a complete ritual. A multitude of swords appear in the darkest basement. The Golden Knight smirks. This was why he was ready for Lancer's surprise attack.
He was just attacking Lancer as it was. He wasn't ready for a surprise attack. He also went to attack Lancer. There was no plan. There was no plan, you liar.
Lancer wasn't the only one planning to turn on his would-be ally. Well, shit. So you planned this from the get-go? Did you not hear me? We are, I suppose, of like mind in this situation. I offer my acknowledgement, Kukulain. You have scripted the most pleasant of circumstances. The two come together. We make it out just before I see the initial volley.
And that they fight, but we can't afford to write that out, so we gotta get going.
Ugh. I stop.
And now Kukulain dies off screen, as per usual.
I make it out of the church, but my body tells me it's reached its limit.
Shirou, let us rest here. Your body will not last like this.
Wait, I thought your clothes get destroyed every time you put your armor on. How come they're back?
Continuity error.
Yeah, I hate that I'm causing you so much trouble. I lean away from Saber's shoulders and sit on the grass. Ugh. My chest wound is still there. It stopped bleeding, but there's still a gaping hole in my chest. I feel sick. The pain might be gone, but I've still got a hole right through me. Just looking at it makes me stick to my stomach. More than that, I can't believe I'm still alive.
Shirou, please show me your wound.
Oh, okay.
Pretty lady, ha ha ha. Dumb brain. Please excuse me. It may hurt a bit, but please bear with me.
Saber's fingers trail over my chest. And then... I don't know what she's thinking, but Saber places a hand on my chest and lets it sink into my body! Ah! My entire body jerks and bucks in response! Enough with the pain already! Saber's hand is relentless, moving around inside me!
I'm sorry, Shirou. The first time always hurts, but I swear it'll get better next time, I swear!
The irony that in this entire after all of this time, it's the male lead who finally gets penetrated. Idiot, what are you? She's touching my organs with her bare hands! How could that not be blindingly painful? It should hurt, but I want to go back in the basement. That was less horrible. Huh? There's absolutely no pain.
See, I told you it would get better.
In fact, everywhere Saber touches, it feels like the pain is fading.
See, it's only for the first time, like I told you, Shirou. I'm done, Shirou. I have replenished the sheath's magical energy. Your wound should heal in half a day.
She draws her hand from my chest, looking relieved. Sheath? I have no idea what she's talking about. Saber, what do you mean by sheath? You mentioned it before, but are you talking about your sheath? Saber's sheath. It has to be Excalibur's sheath. Invisible air isn't her sheath. The legendary sheath of Excalibur is a noble phantasm.
I can't believe that's insane!
But she doesn't have it. King Arthur died in the Battle of Camlan because that sheath was lost. So there's no way Saber has Excalibur's sheath right now. If I have to say sheath one more time, I'm gonna fucking lose it.
Yes, my sheath is inside your body. Not realizing that until last night is my failure.
Inside me? That sounds kind of absurd.
It's not that absurd. Do you really think so? Oh, I think it's actually quite simple, really. You summoned me. It was foolish to think that you were able to do that by sheer coincidence. To summon a heroic spirit, one must possess a symbol that has some connection to that heroic spirit. As you had no knowledge of being master, nor experience as a mage, you must have had some sort of connection to me. That is where my sheath, the lost sheath of Excalibur, comes in.
Well, that might be true, but why is something like that inside of me?
I expect that was Kiritsugu's doing. In the previous war, Kiritsugu Emiya summoned me using Excalibur's sheath as a catalyst. As the sheath is a noble phantasm that heals the possessor's wounds, Kiritsugu must have determined that it would be advantageous to hold it on to... Hello, excuse me, words. Hang on 1 second.
The accent is taking over.
Yeah. Kiritsugu must have determined that it would be advantageous to hold on to it rather than to return it to me. I am already able to heal myself, which makes it difficult to kill me. Allowing the master, who is more vulnerable, to hold on to the sheath would increase his chances of winning the war.
So my old man survived the war pretty much the same way I've been surviving. Oh no, he survived it because he was just, like, in the shadows taking pop shots.
Mm-hmm. Most likely, yes. And when the war was over and I disappeared, Kiritsugu was wandering through the fiery ruins and found a dying child. He did not have any healing powers, and it was probably too late anyway. And so he saw only one method to save the child.
My hand goes to my chest. On that day, 10 years ago, I accepted death as I was looking up at that sky. My whole body was burned. Maybe I really was little more than cinders. So when Kiritsugu found a kid who was barely alive, he had to rely on the one thing he had with him. The sacred sword sheath, said to protect the possessor's life. By implanting the sheath in me, he saved the child who was on the verge of death. So you're saying...
Yes. It has been disassembled and it lacks its original shape, but your body does contain the sheath. That is the source of your healing abilities.
A large portion of it is in your brain, because there was a lot of space up there. But I almost died when Lancer stabbed me at school and...
That's right.
That's right. Someone saved me then. By the time I came to, there was nobody there, just a piece of rock lying next to me. I felt that was really important, so I brought it home. I wonder if it's still there. It's probably be important in a future route.
That is before you and I formed a contract. The sheath is my noble phantasm. Until I manifested and infused it with magical energy, it would not function as a noble phantasm. Until you formed a contract with me, you would not have had the power of immortality.
But isn't it that's not that sheath isn't the noble phantasm, that's the original sheath, is it not?
Mm-hmm.
So wouldn't it still give me immortality?
Though as long as it have even a little magical energy within it, it may have been able to protect the possessor's life. But it would be weak. To save a human being on the verge of death, it must have been necessary to integrate the sheath into your body.
I see. Sorry, Saber. I feel bad for using your sheath for myself.
What Faith is trying to say. So because she was summoned when the sheath was around, it collected a bunch of magical energy from you, so therefore it was able to save Shirou when he was younger. However, it did not work very well going forth into it. And even though Rin didn't expect to save Shirou, hers putting in all that magical energy into him probably is what really healed him, I'm guessing.
Yeah, but my question is that the sheath is supposed to make you immortal. Like, the sheath that is inside Shirou is not of noble phantasm, it's the original sheath, is it not?
Yeah.
So, what made the sheath's immortality power stop working?
I think it's because, well, first off, we're no longer in the time. We're no longer in the time of gods and stuff like that. We're in the time of man, which I believe.
This is why it's important to plug in your magical sheaths overnight so they charge.
Yeah. So first off, we have all of the shenanigans that magic is getting weaker over time in the Fate universe. And it's possible that the sheath is calibrated to Arturia's life force or whatever. Because, there's always some sort of bullshit that thing.
I do guess it's weird that whoever stole the sheath back during, the time of, heroes, they did not become immortal.
Yeah, so what my guess is it's just that the sheath possibly only works for King Arthur.
So the conclusion we've come to is that it's not that Nasu made the error.
Yeah.
The continuity error is in the Arturian legend itself.
Yeah, I think so. Because, there's no legend of anybody being immortal beyond King Arthur, from what I understand. Because the sheath was stolen by, Morgan or whatever, right? But she still got killed.
It's been, 900 years since those legends were written? And they haven't, nobody has written a story to explain that? Pathetic. Whoever owns the King Arthur franchise is completely mishandling it.
What are you talking about? You are my master. It is quite natural for you to use what is mine.
As long as it's not my dinner.
Besides, I was happy when I learned the truth. Even though I could not save anyone from that disaster, my sheath still saved your life. I didn't know that I would one day possibly be in a relationship with one of the children back then, but I would hope one wouldn't think of such things.
Kind of weird when you think about it, actually.
Yeah. Oh God, am I a cradle robber? Well, seeing as I am over 1 million years old, probably. 1,000 years old. That's the right.
Yeah, definitely not 1 million.
Not 1 million. 1 million is too much.
I am older than Gilgamesh.
Well, I was summoned back then to that one time. Oh, don't worry about it. Anyway.
I am curious. I am sure if I go onto... Are you willing to let me take this tangent real quick?
Yes.
I'm willing to bet that if I go onto Wikipedia and I look up the year 1 million BC, there will probably be some events in there.
Well, probably,
I want to see what happened in 1 million BC. Yeah, this doesn't look like anything specific.
For the Type Moon timeline, it's possible that that was during the age of elementals. Because I think in 1 million BC, the world wasn't exactly formed yet, per se. I was assaulted!
It was 10 degrees colder. That's about it.
Ah.
Oh, says the first coyotes and wolves appeared at this time.
Oh,
That's pretty
interesting.
cool.
Thank you, researchers, for giving us useless knowledge like this.
It's so cool to look up, though.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, I find it fun to, see, think about what the world was like before humanity came to
Before
be.
humans existed. Or human human thing.
Her smile is so bright, I can't help but look away.
Shirou, does your wound hurt? History is Pog. History is Pog. That's why I am a Type Moon fan person, because I just love history in general. And it's interesting to see, what stuff in the Type Moon universe is accurate, and what type of the stuff is bullshit. Did you know that Edmund Dantes in the Type Moon universe killed a vampire? That's crazy! And did you know that a vampire is a really fucking important character? More!
Doesn't even as me anymore.
What?
That Dante killed a vampire.
Yeah. Extinct Zoo is a good resource.
No, that's not it. It's fine. Don't worry about it. You did nothing wrong. I cover my blushing face and fall silent.
Oh my god. I'm sorry, Shirou. I know I took your virginity and it wasn't all that romantic, but we can move on from this. We can try again. Maybe not taking your virginity, but we can.
There is a joke in here about the fact that in this version of the visual novel, Saber has been inside
It's true. She's been inside him twice.
Shirou,
Yeah.
but Shirou has not been inside Saber.
That's true.
This is so embarrassing. Not speaking means no pain, but this is really awkward. I'm not sure how much time passed. Yeah, we shouldn't be here.
Yeah. We should
Just as
probably
I start
leave.
to calm down. Saber speaks quietly.
Kiritsugu was correct. So he did not betray me. No, I think he betrayed you.
Her voice is heavy with regret. He could have told you.
Yeah, he could have at least said what was happening.
Saber?
I should never have sought that Holy Grail. No, I never needed the Holy Grail from the beginning. Kiritsugu must have realized that. No, that's not what happened.
No, that's not. He was not thinking. He knew nothing about you at all.
He didn't care about you at all, Saber. He was just doing what he thought was correct.
It sounds more like a confession. Saber's making an apology to someone who she can't apologize to. Let me try that again. Saber's making an apology to someone she can't apologize to. Not anymore.
Let her rationalize. No, I will not let her rationalize, because that's not what happened. Not with what we have now. Not with lore we know now. Blame Urobuchi.
It's like, Saber, I'm sure wherever Kiritsugu is right now, he's looking up at us and he can hear your apology.
Oh, this is awful. This is the worst thing that could happen. My son is shacking up with the phantasmal ghost. And my wife became the Grail. And now my daughter's gonna become the Grail.
But not also my daughter wants to get with my adopted son. I don't regret shooting her in that little mind. I wasn't shooting her to save the world, I was shooting her to prevent incest. Do you think Kiritsugo's in hell?
Yeah. Oh,
He's
yeah.
probably in hell.
Yeah.
She reflects on herself as a way of saying goodbye to the feeling she held for so long.
Okay, so I want to argue with that, not blood related though, because she's a human. Well, they're not blood related because Shirou's adopted. However, she's still technically half human because they used Kiritsugo's DNA and they incubated her in Iris Field's womb.
Legally speaking, they
Yeah.
are step siblings.
They're step siblings. They are.
I do not care if it's blood or not. It's
Yeah.
still gross.
It's still weird. Especially in the Prisma Ilia version, where they actually grew up together. And she still wants to get with her brother.
Tell me you've never had a sibling without telling me you've never had a sibling.
Mm-hmm.
Even if she doesn't say it in so many words. I understand just by being beside her. Pretty.
Ooh.
Artoria sought the Holy Grail. A lonely king who had no choice but to believe that without the Holy Grail she could not avoid ruin.
I was not arguing in favor of it.
It's funnier if we assume that you did. You're gonna have
Neku!
to take a bullet for the team here.
Neku, you have to play with the bit. You have to play with the bit. You're the person who's chatting in chat right now. This is too late. You have resigned yourself to this fate.
No, you're not. You need to double down.
Yeah.
That's what you should do in this situation: is double down.
The coffin of Shirou and Emiya. No, it's the coffin of Shirou and Ilia. Ilia. That's good. Good job. Yes. Let's go. Good job. Good job. Of course, the point of that visual novel, I like how everybody was canceling it. However, the point of it was that incest is wrong. The point of it is that it's icky and gross, and that the game warns you multiple times not to go down that path. And yet...
Are we still talking about fate?
No, I'm talking about the coffin of Andy and Lele. That.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Is that the one where I keep seeing pictures? It's like the two characters, like everything's all like colored in black. And...
Yeah. It's black and white except for like their eyes.
Fun fact: the only thing I do know about that thing, aside from what the two characters look like, is that there's something incestuous between them.
Something incestuous. Well, it's more like the sister keeps trying to get incestuous things to happen because she's super fucked up. The sister is more fucked up than the brother, from what I'm understanding from the side. And it's more like she doesn't want her brother taken from her by any other means. But also, they grew up in a very fucked up situation in general. It seems like, yeah. I think it's what most people know about that game. Yeah. But anyway, the coffin of Andy and Lele, so Ashley and Andrew, from what I understand, the plot twist was, even though they were put into a thing because of an illness spread about the thing, and they were being starved to death and bullshit like that because nobody was giving them rations and stuff like that. The plot twist was that they were just sold so people could collect their blood and organs and stuff like that. That was what the situation was going on, from my understanding. So it was like their parents sold them to be used for blood and organs and stuff like that.
Like you do.
Yep. And then, and then they eat the parents. Full circle! Let's go! Because, they started cannibalism to survive.
You cut out there. I did not hear a word you said.
Oh. So, yeah, so it's alright. So the parents sold them into the thing, and then they ate the parents. It's fine.
somehow that's more palpable than the incest.
Yeah, they ate their parents. That's because Cherry. It sounds like you played it. I didn't play it. I watched someone do a let's play of it.
If it's a visual novel, though,
Yeah.
isn't that the same as playing it?
Yeah, I watched someone else play the game, but not like the full game, just like parts of it, because I'm not good at sitting through someone else playing.
Apparently enough to see the
Yeah.
the parents' cannibalism part.
Yes, I did enough to see part of chapter 2. Ugh.
Oh wow, so they're bringing in the cannibalism early.
Yeah,
They really-
Well, I think there's only 3 chapters? Question mark. I don't know. I don't think it was finished at the time that this was done. Is it finished now? I don't know. I don't like to play these kind of games, really. I mean, when I say these kind of games, I mean like not like visual novels. I mean like things that are just depressing. They eat
Dark.
someone before they leave the apartment. Well, yeah, that's true.
Uber dark.
Yeah, uber dark. I'm not really interested in uber dark stuff.
Grim dark.
That's what it is. Grim dark.
Hmm. They eat someone before they leave the apartment. Yeah, they do. They started cannibalism, which is why they think like, yeah, let's just eat our parents because they're assholes anyway.
Even Q-Ray,
Mm-hmm.
he's listening to this conversation. He's like, Jesus Christ, even I didn't eat my dad. If only.
Remember, guys, murder and cannibalism is not as bad as incest. Bruh, doesn't this game have melted orphans and coffins? Seems dark to me.
That
Yeah,
was
but-
last week.
Yeah, but it's not the whole game, though. Like, from what I saw of Andrew, like, the whole thing is, like, dark from every, like, look of it. This has dumb moments, like Shirou, like Shirou going, oh my god, Saber's a girl. And going to school when one should not go to school. Because there's a murderer who may kill you. But, like, this Fate Stay Night in general isn't that really gorish or, like... And the point is that it has a happy ending. The point of, well, a happy, relatively speaking. Overall,
the people who...
Yeah.
Usually when a quote-unquote, like, good character in this game dies, they usually die after having gone through a character arc and, like, have, like, accepted, like, their faults and...
Like, so, here's the thing about what I say about, like, Natsu as a writer. Sure, Natsu writes effed up stuff from time to time, but overall, he's a relatively positive writer. Like, he has his fun. In Fate Grand Order, there are more lol random stuff than there is super dark stuff. He usually, when he does something super dark, he instantly counteracts it with, hello, here's a fun happy time event. It's okay, little guys. I got you. Which feels a little whiplashy at times. But you know, I don't think Natsu wants people to dwell on things negatively. I think that's also why that he was so angry at Urobuchi. For guys, you don't understand. Natsu does not let Urobuchi write without supervision anymore since Fate Zero. That's why I constantly tell people, if you really like Fate Zero, I can't recommend the rest of Fate to any of you, because every person who started with Fate Zero, if you've noticed, they don't like any other thing from Fate. They don't seem to like anything else. Because everybody was very disappointed at Unlimited Blade Works after they went from Zero to there, so... They were like, what's with all this slice of life bullshit that's happening, they said. And I'm like, first time. Like Zero is just not the same genre. Well, Neko, you're a special breed, because if you like everything after Fate Zero, I will say, Neko, I am shocked, because like almost every like other person I've seen who like reviews anime and stuff like that say they don't like any of the other stuff. Like, they're just like, I don't know, it wasn't as good as Fate Zero, they keep saying. They're like, I don't know why, I just don't like all these high schoolers doing shit, they said. Even though that's what most of Fate is, usually it's younger characters doing shit, and not older characters. I've been indoctrinated, it's not a fair comparison.
So you need to do what I did. You need to start with Carnival Phantasm.
Yeah, you need to watch Carnival Phantasm and or to fully immerse yourself in Natsu's style of writing. I usually say, guys, watch the Kara no Kyokai movies, because I feel like it's so like mysterious and stuff like that. And Natsu really is a great writer when he's trying to cultivate a mystery, really, because then everything like pays off really well in the end. At least I really like the movies of Kara no Kyokai anyway. You're supposed to watch them in not chronological order. You're supposed to watch them in order of release, not chronological order. Don't listen to what anybody says. If you watch it in chronological order, it does not work. But yeah, I feel like those movies kind of like captured Natsu's writing style better than other things. And maybe it's because they were like actually written novels and like not pick-me adventure games, which is what I want to say about Witch of the Holy Night. That I think that's why that I feel like this feels like such a solid piece of work, is because there's no choices in it. Like, it's just straightforward, no choices, tells the full story, and then it's over. So I feel like it's not that Natsu's bad at writing. Like, no, Tsukihime and Fate Stay Night is still good. But I feel like when he doesn't have to like think in dialogue trees, he just does a lot better. Anyway, did y'all of you catch that I was trying to distract you so that we could end here today?
I don't think that they caught on.
They'll never know! It was just one of my random rants, for sure! I totally was not trying to hold off because there was only 2 more minutes until 9 o'clock. No, not at all. Anyway, this is where we're going to leave off. Are we close to the end? Maybe. But we'll see.
I would say probably at least 2 more streams.
Yeah, we might have 2 more streams in it. We'll see what happens. Anyway, thank you all so much for joining us tonight. I had such a great time chatting with you. I can't believe we're getting there. We're almost at the end. We're almost at the end of this thing, and this flow chart is looking great. I can't believe it's only been like a couple of weeks. Look at this flow chart, guys.
It has been great. 16 days.
Yeah, it has been 16 days. Look at this flow chart. We're so great. We avoided death, probably, and we're heading towards the end. Which I'm assuming coming up soon is after we heal up at the graveyard, we're going to be battling Gilgamesh. So look forward to that. Hopefully next time on the stream. Bye-bye!
Good night, everybody.
My throat is dying. Goodbye.
You spoke so much.
Where's my ending screen?